Okay.
Generation G. Instant iced tea generation.
The IC generation.
Instant iced tea. They want everything done right then and
Mm,
there. They
so
don't want
that
to do it.
so that's what I want to do. I want to do a live like that.
Yeah, I got two people that'll join. Definitely.
Awesome. Awesome.
Although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. Hey. And people say I'm crazy and that I am blind. I'm risking it all in a glance. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Oh yeah, and it doesn't really matter if you're on the road. It seems like we're meant to be. I don't care who you are, where you're from, who did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, who did, as long as you love me. Jolene, 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 Jolene. As long as you love me, baby.
Hello, this is Chico from Jackie Gleason Depot. Two Transit Misfits starts now.
Yep.
What's up, everybody?
What's good, peoples?
What's going on? What's up, Blunt?
Yeah, man. What's good, man?
I had this whole thing that I wanted to say in the beginning. I guess I'll do it for the next show because I forgot to tell you about it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I wanted to do like a new kind of start. Next one. What's going on, Blunt? What's going on, bro?
Man,
New?
making me wish I really wish I could sing, man. That was nice in the beginning, the way he flipped
Right?
it up.
That shit was nice. I saw your face off the camera. You're like, what the hell is this gonna be?
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And it just came off nice. The guy could sing.
Yeah,
I
man.
was just imagining how many takes he had to do that.
You saw the
How many
mic.
trucks. Yeah. I mean, because I think that's
The
all
mic is
him.
when he pushes it, and it looks like he was all dented. That's how many times he probably tried to do it.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like on in the studio, like that it seemed like it's all him.
All him.
And so I was wondering like how many tracks he had to actually do to make it come out that way. I know it's had to be a lot. I know because when I do my tracks and I do my ad libs, I use at least 12 tracks just for my little pieces that I do, and he did a big joint. So I could
Yeah.
just imagine how many tracks he used to.
Hit him up on TikTok.
Yeah, that was
I
that was
got a
nice
good
though.
voice. He got a nice voice. I saw
Mhm.
that. I was like, yeah, I got it. Got it. We got to share this. It's really nice.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. Good way to start the show.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if
two
you're gonna say the
years,
same thing with the next one.
2 years later, they're gonna hit us with some kind of strike for showing that shit.
You think so?
Facebook be
Yeah.
bad
Well,
like.
Facebook, not YouTube. YouTube just puts the link up for their thing if they make music.
That
Like in the
reminds
last
me.
one, if you later on you'll check when I posted it. That I gave the credit to that intro from the bell in the
Yeah.
hood. It was another piece of music that I don't know where that came from. I think it was something you put up, and it put the link to that music, giving credit to that person. I was like, oh shit, okay. So
Mm,
YouTube does that. So at least it's not like freaking Facebook that just shuts you down.
mm,
So I just saw this a couple of days ago. I just got to post this up here because we were talking about this for a while. For the local, the
mhm,
uh the contract. Did you see that a
I
judge
didn't see that.
permanently banned Medicare Advantage switch for city retirees? So they were saying there's no big deal, no changes. Our union was saying there's no changes. Well, these retirees, over 250,000, they got together and they did their own fight.
There you go.
They took it to court. And according to this, I mean, I heard that there's going to be an appeal, but look at that. The Adams administration had intended to switch 250,000 retired public sector workers to a controversial private run health care plan on September 1st. These people got together and the judge permanently banned this switch.
Yeah, it's probably going to be overturned, but it's a good win for now.
Yeah.
What's a good win?
Um,
That's peace of
Elderly
mind there.
disabled dependents, they wanted to privatize Medicare Advantage plan managed by Aetna. Um,
Yeah, because a
they,
lot of people were are concerned about that.
'cause we were looking at the plan and like we didn't see anything that was mentioning that there was a change, but obviously
Yeah,
there
but the
was.
change was that it's privately owned. So again, what they were saying was that takes the healthcare out of the healthcare officials' hands and puts it into people at the table, people on the
Right.
board. So you have people on the board deciding if you're worth spending that money or not, instead of your doctor saying this is what needs to be done. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with these private entities, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants. If you're in a life and death situation, you think you have time to wait for some board to make the decision on whether or not you should get the okay for your life saving medicine?
Definitely not.
No, you're gonna end up dying before they even say okay, and they don't care because all they're concerned about is the bottom line. So I agree with them that that was a good move, and I'm glad the retirees got together and I don't know, they kind of showed up the union, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of weird, right? Like how they say, the strength in numbers. These are
Yeah,
people that just got together.
got together, came together with one common goal, and they got it done. It might be temporary because they're gonna appeal and all that stuff, and I don't know what grounds the judge decided to do it on, but hey, at least for now, it's a win. That's something they could breathe easy on.
Yep. In his decision, Frank ordered the city permanently enjoined from requiring any city retiree and their dependents from being removed from their current health insurance plan or plans, and from being required to either enroll in an Aetna Medicare Advantage plan or seek their own health coverage. The administration of Eric Adams moved to switch retirees as of September 1st, adhering to pacts with unions made under former Major Bill de Blasio, that aim to save the city over $600 million annually.
There you go. See?
So that's why they were doing it, trying to
Mhm.
save
And
money.
it's
So
like,
basically, the
yeah.
union got together with them. All right, like one hand washes the other, both hands wash the face, and not
Mhm.
really looking at the
What
part that's
the
important, the
mhm.
membership.
What the memberships want.
And they had me believing that too. They had me believing that this whole Aetna Medicare, because we were like, where do you see that? We had other people that were doing lives and stuff like that against it. But there was something there, something that to my unknowledgeable eye, I did not see it. Which, by the way, I've also asked our chairman to find out, and I'm gonna call Aetna myself in case they have it yet, to find out what is that, because we talked about it before. What are we getting in that plan for the children on the spectrum? What exactly are they paying for with the whole
Mm.
ABA? What
What's
exactly are
what's the
we getting?
layout?
Exactly. Because they were talking about the other therapies that they get, which they already get in school. So it's not like they gave us that. That's already a given. The speech therapy, OT, those are already given. You don't have to pay for that. The Department of Education takes care of that right now. My son
No.
gets it in school. So the only thing that it's important to get is the ABAs. If they come up saying, "Oh, we got this," nah, man, you didn't get that. That's already in there.
Yeah.
Now the ABA is the important thing. Yeah.
Mm.
So we're supposed to be joined by our depot chair from Gleason, Aaron Vasquez. Should be on
Who?
soon.
Who you said?
Our depot chair from Jackie Gleason,
Uh-huh. What'd you say? His name?
Aaron Vasquez.
Oh, didn't
What did you
sound like
think
it's
of
sound like you said Ad Vasquez. Ad Vasquez.
Aaron, bro?
I don't
Rewind
know.
it.
I don't
Aaron
know.
Vasquez. If I don't know
Maybe,
his name by now, bro.
you know,
As
down,
Vasquez, you talking?
down
I don't know,
Biel,
man.
you
I think
know,
I think that's
you be
something you're
slipping up.
calling him. I don't know. You're coming up with as Vasquez.
Mhm. Down Biel,
Hey,
man.
Vasquez.
They
Huh?
be slipping up, man. You know.
No, 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 no. Well, if I would have slipped up, I would have been oops, sorry. But no, no. So
Mm.
because we had at the Gleason Depot. I heard we went to other depots in garages. We had Jenno Lieber, the MTA chair and CEO of the MTA. Also with him was the MTA president. What's his name? Richard Davy?
Richard Davis.
Davy.
Richard Davis.
Davis?
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked online, it says Davy. So maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a Davis.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But yeah,
Which um seems that an apology is in order from myself because I went on a little tirade and was was saying
on our last show, who was
on
it?
the last show that if the management really cared about their employees, they would come down and speak to them on on the front line level. And I remember asking you, since you've been there, have you ever seen the boss come through? And you was like, no. And I was like, well, I've been there almost 10 years and I never not once seen the boss come through. And lo and behold,
The very next day.
the very next day,
Coincidence?
they're at the depot, at our depot at that, at Jackie Gleason Depot.
I don't know, man. That's a weird coincidence. You ask
According
me.
to somebody trolling or they just doing what they supposed to do. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they're just doing what they're supposed to do.
Hmm.
So I'm
Some
gonna
people might be
extend,
saying that maybe we knew something ahead of time.
maybe,
Some people might say that.
but I'm gonna humbly extend my apologies to those that be in charge for doing the right thing and visiting their what you call them, their about to say constituents. There you go.
Mm.
And seeing touching bases with people on the front line. That's what a boss is supposed to do. That's what a leader is supposed to do. So good job,
Yeah.
guys. My
Yeah,
apologies.
and we'll find out when Aaron comes in. Find out exactly what is it that they came to our depots for.
All right. Were they looking for Pete?
We shall see.
Where's Brooklyn Pete? Oh.
Yeah, they were looking for me downstairs for a while, for some time, because we open up our mouth here about something. And the operator came up to me. Oh, don't see, I said that, but they're looking for you. They want to find out. They wanted to find out who Brooklyn Pete is. So I'm walking by maintenance with my cap like this.
They had posters of Brooklyn Pete wanted.
Like, who is it? Who is this guy, Brooklyn Pete? Like,
I'm Peter.
I'm Peter. I'm Peter Carrion. I do know Brooklyn Pete, though. He's a nice guy. I gotta go play the bus.
Got some non-prescription glasses on.
yeah, man. I was like, holy crap, they're looking for me. All right, whatever. Hey, well, we're still waiting for Mr. Aaron. Let's remind the folks here to not forget to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Help us grow. We're really trying to hit that 4,000 mark sooner or later. Please, you guys got to help us out, because we got a lot of people that follow us on Facebook. Right?
Yeah, we got them.
We have
at least 1,000 on both of our page. We have 1,000. It's more than 1,000. I'm just rounding it down.
Yeah,
we have 1,000 on both of our page. Next,
so come on now.
2 Transit Misfits. So we need y'all to carry that over to our YouTube channel.
Show some love and share this. Why are you guys sharing this? You see me out there. You asking for Blunt. You're asking when we do the next show, and then you don't share. Share this shit right here. Share it. You're watching on YouTube.
Even if you just share it to your page, somebody
on your own page.
Somebody might be interested.
Yeah, we see when you share it. And we see when we share it. We get something. Come on, show some love.
Let's say help us grow. By accident, you share it to your page. Right. You got family that work for transit, or you might have somebody else that works for transit because you work for transit. And they might say, oh, I didn't know about this, because people all the time say, oh, you have a show? Like, dude, we've been doing this for almost 5 years, and people still don't know about us. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, man, come on. Terrible. Good or bad, people should know about us. Whether they like us or they don't like us, they should know. Oh, yeah, that piece of crap show. Yeah, I know that.
I hate the fucking guys. They're idiots.
No, either way, we want that. So anyway, just subscribe to it. Check us out. Share the love. And remind you guys that August 26th coming up. And then we're getting another Next Bus Please get together. Another one. The last one we did was, I think it was 2019. We had a nice crowd. I believe like 42 people came through. It was a good day. There's not going to be a barbecue, but it's going to be a get together. And here's the little thing. I didn't want to like cut you off again. I wanted to make sure that you have something to say before I throw it on. We're good?
Yeah.
Check it out. Yeah, August 26th, starting at 7. Starting at
826.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
826. Come join us. Come join us. Bring a friend. Come join us.
Yeah. Bring Blunt to print too while you're at it. You're at it. You're at it.
I'm good. You gotta bring me.
And when you calm down, guys. Remember that we have Blunt, you know. So Blunt and I got together and we came up with this new Misfits greetings. And we hired these two guys to demonstrate the new greetings. So when you come to the get together, you know, be prepared because this is the way we're gonna be greeting each other. This is the new Misfit greeting.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Good as shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's how we're gonna be greeting everybody.
That's how we're gonna be greeting each other, Blunt.
That's how Pete's gonna be greeting you.
Why not? I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah, okay.
Practice. I want to see what two misfits will come to our show if you're watching this and recreate that.
If you could recreate that, you got to get a prize for that. If you could recreate that, some kind of prize or something.
Some kind of prize?
Yeah,
a cap or something?
Maybe a cap. Maybe a cap.
An MVP cap. Each of the two guys that could recreate that.
The two guys that could recreate that exactly the way that is, we give you guys a cap.
There you go. No cap.
That's no cap.
No cap. And we'll probably keep using it as an intro or something.
Yeah, see people doing that shit coming to the place. Everybody gonna be looking like, what the fuck?
By the way, guys, you have the intro with our boy Chico, Norm,
right?
You know, you want to be part of the show, send us an intro just like that one that you saw in the beginning. Lisette did it, Chico did it. Just throw yourself a little short video, email it to us at twotrantsandmisfits@gmail.com, and your boy Blunt over here will put it together and use it as a as an intro for an upcoming show. We have several right now lined up, so if you're waiting for yours, it's coming. It's just that
we'll let you know. We'll let you know when we're gonna use it because we do have a couple that's in the queue ready to go. So send them down to Two Transit Misfits, the same way Chico did. Say your name and just say Two Transit Misfits starts right now.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that hard.
It's not.
What's up, people? Your boy Blunt, the Two Transit Misfits is starting right now.
Yeah.
Boom.
And we're bringing you something new, which haven't had the chance to the workings of it are a little weird. You and I spoke about it a little bit, which is we're gonna start bringing you stories from transit workers.
Yep.
All right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna record yourself. I mean, I was thinking all those questions. Forget the questions. You will just say what depot you're from, or not even the depot. You could say let's say I'm a bus operator working out of Staten Island. I'm a bus operator working out of Brooklyn. And this is a story I have for you. And then you're gonna give us something that happened while you was at work. Some funny story, some crazy, incredible story that may have happened while you was behind the wheel. And get details, whatever. And we're gonna put it up here, but we're going to change your voice to keep.
If you
want to,
right? You want to.
Well, depending on what kind of story, because you don't want to get pulled in, get brought up into.
But some people don't care. They'll say, if you want your face hidden, we'll hide your face and change your voice. Just make sure you you say that in the email, so I know exactly
Yeah.
who
Or if
wants
you're
to
gonna
be
record yourself, just record yourself from
from
neck
chest
down.
down.
You
Yeah,
know,
chest down.
and just you'll see your hands. Make sure you do it panoramic also, so that way it
Right.
takes more of the screen. Do it panoramic. Set your camera to cover yourself. Down, and just say the story, and then we'll take care
I
of.
can, I can blur out your face and I can change your
Okay,
voice. So
there you
if you
go.
can't do that, just let me know that you don't want to be seen, and I'll take care of it and I'll change it up, and I'll put let you know when it's going to air, and I'll change your name to anonymous, and that's it. But we got stories. I have Accessoride that's going to join us in that, and I have Uber that's going to join us in that.
Awesome.
We're going to have some stories for you guys.
Okay,
It's going to be a
so
new
that will be
segment.
coming up soon. So you make sure that you continue watching and stay
And
tuned.
so,
And
and before
all
before
right,
we bring Aaron in, because Aaron just popped up.
yeah.
Guys, I'm trying to get Pete. See, I can't eat fish, so I'm allergic to fish. But I really want Pete to do this what's it called? Stroganoff challenge.
You're on your own with that one.
So
That
I need you
fermented
guys.
fish challenge.
I need you guys to chime in that you want Pete to do this challenge. The stroganoff. What's it called, man?
I don't know, man. It's a fermented fish,
It's fermented
but
fish.
I was planning on doing it myself. But oh man,
But
from
I
what you
need you
said,
guys.
the can is not cheap.
No, it's not. It's like
But I would
$65.
do it. And from what I've learned, I am not gonna do that in the house. I'll be doing that
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. You
outdoors.
gotta do it in the backyard.
Aaron. Oh, typical story. You just remember, Aaron. That's what us guys say when we go in late to the crew. So you ready? We're gonna bring Aaron in.
Yeah.
Are you
Let's
looking
go.
for the thing?
Yeah, looking for the
Look down
name.
fermented fish
It's
challenge.
Sir Stroming's filer.
Well, we bring him in. Look for the pictures. If you can find a picture to throw it up, a picture of the can,
Yeah.
and we'll
Yeah.
put it up. And with that, let's bring in our guest for today.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr. Aaron Vazquez. Aaron, can you turn
Aaron.
your camera?
Oh, let me
No?
take this banner off.
There we go. You know,
Sorry, I can't really hear.
sounds
Very
like
low.
you can't hear?
Nah, I can hear you, but very, very, very low. I even have my earbuds and I'm not hearing nothing coming through this.
If there's something, it has to be in your end. Put the volume up. Because our volumes are on point. Our volumes are up. Our volumes are up. Let me see something. Now that you say that.
I got the volume maxed out and it's still not, I still can't hear anything. I mean,
Let
I
me
hear
see.
very, very low.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not even letting it go through my buds. It's letting it only through the phone.
No, that's weird. I just checked the on on YouTube, and you came out clear on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a technical problem over there, Mr. Vasquez.
I heard the technical problem, Mr. Vasquez. Let me pull out a plug. Maybe I can just hear you a little better this way.
So what's going on, man? So recently we're bringing you in because recently, well, on the last show, if you watch, and Blunt had mentioned the fact that was asking if I've ever seen the boss president or CEO come into the depot, which I never did. And Blunt said in the 10 years he was with Transit, he never did either. And then consequentially, the very next day,
Very next day.
they
Very
showed up.
next day.
They showed up at our depot. So
Yeah.
Blunt earlier, I don't know if you didn't watch because I saw your message. He you gave a, what do you call it, Blunt? You gave an apology. You
Yeah, I
gave an
gave it.
apology because he said that these people never come through. And then the very next day, they happened to show up at our depot. And I was on my way out, so I didn't get a chance to even, like, I could have been, hey, you want to be the show? I would have, but I wasn't, I think I left. I wasn't feeling well. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well. I called the FMLA. called out and went home when I saw them. So
Yeah, you was feeling sick.
yeah, I was not well. I was pissed off because they were there and I could have tried to talk and get some info. What, Blunt?
He got scared.
I said, first maintenance is looking for Brooklyn Pete, and now we mentioned something on the show and they're here. Now I went right by them. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, so we brought you our Gleason Depot chair to give us some info about what was the reason, because I know what was the reason they came over, or were they going through other depots, other garages? If you could fill us in, because I know there are a lot of our coworkers probably also felt like, what the hell are they doing here? And because we're not gonna step in and say hi. We want to know, like, what were they doing? What did they come to?
Basically, I didn't even know they were coming. I found out that morning. I saw the GS acting a little strange or whatever, and I asked what the hell's going on. And he was telling me that they're having the president coming over. I'm like, President who? And he said Richie Davey, sorry, backwards. And Jano, Lieber, and all these. I say, for what? And he had no answer. So I said, all right, whatever, no biggie. So I went down to the yard and I wound up running into the VP, Frank Anacaro, and spoke with him briefly. And he questioned me about certain things, and I gave my input, my 1-2, and then went about my business. Later on that afternoon, as you know, the big bosses showed up. Because turns out Richie Davies like a little dude. He's like tiny. But evidently they've been making rounds to all the depots. They've been going to all the depots. I don't know if it's a thing to boost morale or just to whatever.
What were they saying while you were there? What did you
say again?
What were they saying? What did you hear them say? Did they come to talk to you, or were they like walking around?
I happened to be standing with one of our e-board members, Robert Chico, and we were taking care of a couple of things, and that's when he noticed them. I was in my office. He noticed them. He says, that's Jano Lieber. I'm like, is it? I saw him. He was, yeah. They were just going around talking to the guys, shaking hands, whatever. I guess asking them basic questions. I have no clue because I couldn't hear them from where I was. But I wasn't going to run out there and put my hand out or, I'm so-and-so. And no, I just stood by my door. Me and Chico stood right by my door. And it turns out Richie Davies sat on one of our couches, our 2 couches, right? With a couple of the guys, and was just like hanging out talking with them. I was like, what the hell's going on over there?
Really?
At that point,
I wanted to post a picture real quick for those that may not remember who they are. So that was John Lieber on the left, MTACO chair.
Richard Davey.
Richard Davey, MTA president.
Richard Davey.
So I saw him. He wasn't wearing like a regular shirt, right?
Regular white shirt, some white sneakers, and blue jeans.
Yeah, I went by and he just looked at me, and I looked at him, and I had seen him somewhere, and I just kept on going. I was going home.
The CEO, Mr. Lieber, looked more like the president than the president did. It was weird. So as I'm standing there, Mr. Lieber noticed. He says, "Oh, I guess that's the union office over there," and came toward me and me and Chico, and introduced himself. And I was like, how you doing? Yes, this is the union office. This is where we do our business. And I'm so-and-so. Introduced myself, and Mr. Chico introduced himself, and he started just talking. And I heard something come out of his mouth about the contract. Oh, I'm glad we settled a contract with you guys. And I paused for a minute. And I questioned him. Well, where's our wages? Period. Straight out. Boom. He was with the VP, Frank Anacaro. And they had no answer. He was like, you guys haven't got your wages yet? And I was like, nope. Then I asked him about the MAPA, the maternity leave. Because I had a guy who was supposed to return that day if he wasn't entitled to it. But it turned out he was entitled to it. And again, he looked at his VP and was like, they haven't got that either. The next morning, there was an email that came out implementing everything because he said he would talk to the head of HR. So when I got around to speaking to Mr. Davey when he came, Richard Davey, he says, we're looking at all the depots, trying to boost morale, and we're looking at what needs improvements. And I said, well, you're in our swing room, and if you look at our ceilings, this place is old, it's dreary. We need something fresh, new to bring up the energy in the depot and get the guys wanting to come to work. He says, yeah, we're noting it. We have Mr. Butch Miller, who was there, you remember, through the walk that was there a couple weeks ago. Did you see that one?
Butch Miller?
Yeah, he came with a bunch of people, and we did a walk through the building to see what needs upgrading.
Oh yeah.
Right. So he said,
they
I
were
got
pointing out somebody was
on...
just walking around with the white sneakers while everybody was with their work shoes.
Hey, what the hell? So he says we have a lot of depots we have to upgrade. We're doing step by step, which is, I guess I gotta say, somewhat true, because they upgraded our quiet room in our depot. They upgraded the women's locker room, which we were having an issue with at the depot as well. And they said the next things are gonna be the hallways and the swing room and other things they have to attend to. So, but that's basically all it was. It was really nothing.
Did you talk to them about the pigeon infestation over there?
Stop that pigeon over there.
Yeah.
They've been addressed numerous times. When we did the walkthrough with Butch Miller, we pointed that out as a health hazard, and it needs to be addressed. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. But years ago, even prior to me being there, they actually had a hawk, a real live hawk that used to come. Were you around at that time, Blunt?
Nope, not me. It wasn't no hawk around.
They had a hawk, from what I understand, and I was told that a guy used to bring in and set them free to get the birds. But again, then you have issues with the animal rights groups. That's the problem. I, who used to fly pigeons when I was younger, know once these birds roost and have babies in a location, they will always come back. It don't matter what you do. Look up when you're walking, you see they build nests in the spikes that they put up. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And you ain't getting this.
We need somebody to walk around with a little laser. Those little lasers work. Hire somebody walk on with a little laser to scare them off.
Scare them off? As long as it ain't hurting them and burning them, because then you have a protest out in front of the depots.
No, the laser just scares them.
Maybe we should put some disco lasers up in there. Let it just bounce around all the time. I don't know. Yeah. But that's why I remember when they put those CDs, the reflection of the CDs, that was a joke.
Dirty now, though.
The bird sounds, like you had hawk sounds in the building. That was a joke. Listen, what's a roach and a pigeon you ain't never getting rid of? They'll be here long after we're gone. But we have to address it as a safety matter.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe put some kind of a netting instead.
They did the wiring. It looked like, if you look up there sometimes, like especially where the fuel station is,
but it ain't helping.
They still get through.
Huh? They did a bad job.
Well, what else does transit do? Do they spend money wisely? No. It's always a bad job.
Everything they do. So, okay, so the president and the MTA chair just came by just to
basically, it was like shake hands and kiss babies.
Well,
but now they didn't mention the our contract in any way.
He just mentioned that one point where he said, I'm glad we were able to come to a contract for you guys. We know what you do, etc. and so forth. But, Pete, honestly,
show me the money.
Don't try to blow smoke up my behind. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I question him right away. If that's the case, where's our wages? I'm being questioned every day. How come we haven't gotten our raise? What's up with the retro pay? What about the bonus?
Mm-hmm.
We got no information.
Who better to ask than the boss?
No.
Say again?
Who better to ask than the boss? He got him right there in front of you.
That's my point. So I questioned him, and he looked a little stunned.
Oh, you look like you're.
And he looked over to Mr. Frank Anacaro, the VP of Transportation, and questioned him like, They don't have that implemented yet. He said, "Oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it." Then I asked him about the
Man, he's still
maternity leave
talking.
because we had two
You don't really-
guys waiting,
Oh.
didn't know if they were going to get the 4
What's the
months.
matter?
Is it
What's the
me?
matter, Blunt?
Wait.
I could hear you. Blunt's not hearing.
See, technical
Blunt.
difficulties, man.
That's Blunt. Now you're done.
I don't hear Blunt.
Now he just mute. You're mute. Blunt, you're muted.
Yo, that
There
was
you
me.
go. It was you. He was talking. He was clear.
I'm like, I don't hear this guy.
And I'm hearing you like trying to talk over him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you throwing a joke or something?
I was getting ready to start acting like some Chinese kung fu flick.
Yeah, I plugged in something in my computer and it cut everything.
You know,
off.
and we heard you
Oh,
because you could go when he was doing something. And I'm like, what is he doing?
We don't want to know.
So go ahead.
My bad.
My
My bad.
So that's basically it. I mean, he questioned his VP. He said he was going to tell HR. I presumed or assumed, whatever you want to call it, that our wages would go in this week since it's the beginning of a pay period. Nothing. I've asked our VP to look into it, and he's addressing it on his own. I don't know. So basically, in truth and in short, the longer they take to give us the raise, the bigger the retro check is going to be. The more does Uncle Sam will take out. So
As long as we got it, right? As long as we got it.
and we have to wait on that bonus money because we have to find out the proper way to roll it over to our 457 and those things.
Yeah,
So there's no
definitely.
way
They
they can
better
just
not
give
come
it
and
to us.
throw it into our check and then say, "Oh, now you got to return it or something, or it's too late."
Yeah,
they gotta
no,
let us know.
that'll be unheard of.
We got to have the choice. Definitely need the choice.
Exactly.
All right. So thank you for that. Damn, more. Had I been, I would have stood. I would probably. I gotten more people to just go ask them all those questions. We had them right there, and I don't know how
Right, I
nobody else that was sitting next to them didn't even mention anything. Like, yo, what's up with the
So-
contract?
Nah, they probably got starstruck or something. They literally, little Richie Davy was sitting on the couches with 5 guys just hanging out on the couch, like one of the guys just
Yeah.
talking to them.
passed by
I have
him,
no
he
clue
looked
what
at
he
me,
was
I
saying.
looked
To
at
him.
him,
I'm on the other side.
The way I see it, they should be coming up to us. Oh my God, look at you. We're not worthy. Nah, man. Come to us. Talk to us.
Absolutely. Thank you for keeping it running. Thank you for all you do. You know,
Yeah,
but-
I mean, yeah, they should be saying that, but they should they should also be asking questions to you guys about how the job situation is.
Yeah, how you
Are people
feel?
happy? Are people upset? What are the things they think should be changed? How can they?
I wish
how
we
can
could
they
get
better
one
the-
of them on our show. I wish we could get them in for a Q&A.
Well,
They would
Pete, you
never
had
do
the
that.
opportunity to ask.
I know.
them.
I don't think they would ever do that.
Well, I would tell them how we are. We're very neutral. We don't sandbag anybody. So maybe
You had
I know I had the chance, but I wasn't well. I had to get out of there.
Nah, Pete wasn't looking too good that day.
Yeah, I was busted. I couldn't. I have a hard time. I was having a hard time breathing, bro. I had to go. So yeah.
I mean, you have a guy like Whitaker. Whitaker goes to all those meetings with them, and he gets on that podium and he asks questions all the time.
Mm.
But the answers he get, I don't think are how would you say endearing, enlightening.
Mm.
I mean, it is what it is. But again, it's the same thing with the safety jackets that are being given out now. They started the union push to get the program started to boost morale again. And I hate having to bring one of the guys into the AGM's office for a fake handshake. I can't stand it.
Listen, if you want to boost the morale, then tell us this is what you guys deserve this more money. Here, this is what you're gonna get. Here's a bigger bonus. That's how you boost the morale. You know, what can we do for you? Here, we're gonna give you this extra. You know.
Not only that, honestly, they should do something with scheduling. Here, we're gonna give you more running time. We're gonna give you more layover time. We don't want you to stress racing to try to make these schedules work. They should do something like that if that's the case.
And then they come to the depot to talk about health issues and all that. And and you need to get good sleep. We can't even get good sleep when we don't have enough time.
Good
between,
sleep.
You know, all this safety and health things they come to talk to us, but they're not showing it where they should show it on the schedule.
Yeah, they don't really abide by that 8-hour rule
Mm.
realistically anyway. Because
No.
there's times where it's 8 hours in between, but they don't count the travel
Sleep.
time to get to home
Mm-hmm.
to come back. You know, they don't count none of that, and you don't
The
get enough
importance of
sleep in
sleep is
between
not
time.
just sleep, but the REM cycle when you're
Mm.
like in that deep sleep that takes a couple hours for you to fall into the deep sleep. I had ones a run they gave me where I had the 8 hours, but it was pretty much when I got off from work, and by the time it was like exact to the point, the
Exactly
8 hours.
8 hours.
It was just
Mm.
not enough time to get home, to shower, to have dinner, and like you basically did not get no 8 hours of sleep.
Well,
No,
a lot of
it's
us,
impossible.
get broken sleep. You
Yeah.
get to bed, you wind up waking up in the middle of the night. That's it. Now your REM cycle got to start all over again, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? It's like how many times you wake up maybe an hour early, and well, let me get this 1 hour more. That's what kills you. It's even worse. Just stay up. You're better off just staying up.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because that was part of a scientific study that it was just released was showing where if you wake up and you're better off staying up because you don't want to restart your sleep cycle because that's what makes you extremely more tired. So you might as well just stay up. You're just better off. That's crazy that you brought that up.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, it
But
does.
me, what I always do is sometimes I'll go to bed, or maybe be like 9:30, and at 2 in the morning I'm waking up, and I'm like I don't have to be up till like 4. I'm waking up at 2, but I have this thing that I could fall asleep like that within a minute or two. Once I put my hand on the pillow, I'm out. Like I'm cold. I'm done. I fall asleep. So I don't really lose. Well, I believe you still lose it because you're waking up, and then you got to like catch on again.
It has to reset.
Yeah, but not everybody could just fall back asleep. I know a lot of people. I'm sure neither of you can just fall right back asleep once you wake up.
Nah, it's a difficult process.
I'm lucky with that. If I'm mad tired and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I should have been still sleeping, I close my eyes and I'm out again. But I still
you guys are
feel like
lucky
you
that
lost some kind of sleep.
it's not a requirement to show your patterns because nobody will be a bus operator. Like my bed, it tracks my sleep. It gives me a whole thing on my phone of my sleep cycle, my heart rate, how many times it gives me everything on my phone. So
Nice.
if you guys had to do that, a lot of people be held out in Mac.
Like if you have to bring that report in
If you had to bring
daily.
that report, yeah, because especially
Well, they
with
ain't
some
gonna
of
do
these,
that. They don't care how much sleep you get. They just want to make sure you got 8 hours between the time you leave and then you're gonna come back. What you do with that, that's on you. That's on you. I don't care. You don't care. So anyway,
we got Aaron
playing over his camera over there.
We're traveling with Aaron.
He looks like he fell asleep and he's trying to wake up again. Aaron, you good? And he froze. Guys, next week we will try again to talk about this whole thing I wanted to talk about the UAPs. Well, if something is stopping us from talking about it, I don't know. But
What's
we
stopping
will
us from talking about
the time. The time. There's not enough time. We have couple of videos, and I don't want to go over. So we could try again. I mean, I guess we could give it a shot. Aaron probably will be back. He's frozen. Let me really quick show you this, guys. I saw this while I was doing a what do you call it? Oh, he's gone. While I was doing a shuttle this past Sunday, I got into this bus. We're talking to the bus operator, and I saw this. I took a picture of it. Check this out. Where's that picture? Right here. Look at that. You can actually see me taking the picture. So this is the rear view mirror on the front of the bus. You know that mirror, right, Blunt? You know the big mirror on the front of the bus. But if you see to the left, you see that's a screen. That's a camera that's installed inside the mirror, so that you could look up there and see the back door, and you could see when people are, when it's clear, when they got off and when they got on, and you could view now the back door just like the regular cameras that they have set, for their security in the same way. This was on an
Mhm.
S78, I think it was. I believe it was S78. And I was like, "What is that?" The guy told me, "Yeah, it's a camera." So I don't know if it just turns on when the back door opens. I didn't ask for that, but I believe that it's when the back door opens that camera turns on, and that way you could see who coming in and coming out, and you know, and when you close the door, you can see that it's clear to move. But that's another thing. We were talking about the camera's mirror inside, right? And they have this. I don't know how long they've had it, but I found it interesting. I found it interesting that they have these buses with a camera installed within the rear view mirror. So just wanted to share that. Thought it was pretty cool. Um,
They
I
don't
don't know.
have any kind of camera where you can see behind the bus.
Well, remember we're not supposed to back up, so I don't think they have that.
No, I know you ain't supposed to back up, but you still want to be aware of your surroundings. Like if somebody's behind
Yeah,
you or somebody
yeah,
comes running into you, you have a camera there.
yeah.
But
But this,
well,
I don't know. I mean, we have the mirror that we could look to the right and see the other mirror that's facing that. Because if you turn the mirror good enough, you could get that view from the door. But I don't know if it's wasted money, but there it is. It's a camera within the
that's a
rear view
different
mirror.
perspective on seeing the back door.
I guess some kind of a safety thing. But that's
Yeah.
that. So yeah, all right, Blunt. Let's get into this. Um, this started May 1st. May 1st, it was this supposedly alien beings that visited this home over there in Vegas. And they put videos all over, and the family was like panicking. They were out with the guns. Supposedly there was two alien beams that were near their machinery, and everybody, a lot of people took the video and try to fix it in a way so you could see. And I thought I saw something, but maybe it's just the mind playing tricks on you. But there's been other things coming up in Peru, not too long ago in Peru. Supposedly there's these aliens that look like Predator. They look like Predator, and they're using these kind of devices that help them float around. And according to those people in Peru, because somebody recorded, and they're yelling like they look legit scared, and they're shooting at these things, and these things are not dropping. Um, so I don't know what's going on, but it's been going on for like a couple of weeks in Peru. And people are scared. You see them recording it and shooting. Someone said that they shot one and it dropped, and then when they're running to it, like it just vanished. Um, there are other things about grays, that there's some grays, like gray skin ones. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Some people think that is that blue beam thing, which, from what I read, the blue beam program is something that the government is doing to change the view that everybody has around the world on religion, to make it a one religion, where how they use these drones, right? That you see all these kind of drones. You can see all these. What was it, that guy that died, famous, um and they did a show with him. What's his name? Not Biggie, the other guy,
Tupac.
Tupac. Remember they had something a couple years ago where it's like Tupac on stage, but it's like a,
It was
what do
a,
you
it
call it,
was it
hologram,
was yeah, the hologram of Tupac.
holographic,
Mhm.
and it looked very real. So this blue beam thing is something like that, where they're saying that they're using things, where they this technology which is above what we know, where they could put things in the sky to make it seem like we're getting attacked or something. That's supposed to be what they're doing, this blue beam thing, where they're supposedly going to bring something that's going to attack these UAPs and destroy them, and then come down like saying, "I am your true God or something like that, and like people are going to fall for that because they're going to see it with their own eyes, something going on, destroying these UFOs. So that's some people are saying that's what it is, that people are just that the government is creating all these things to scare people, and there's a bigger picture where they're going to bring something that's supposed to take all that down, and then there goes religion. Everybody's going to be thinking like, okay, so what about the Bible? What about the Torah? What about the all these religious books? And now we see this. So before you jump in, just real quick, this is a quick video from the government where they had a meeting. They had a meeting. There was these 3 pilots, and someone is saying somebody has to make sure they're okay. But this is an excerpt from that video of one of them saying what they know about UAPs.
As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena.
So that's part of a long excerpt. This is government. You've seen that, a government a meeting. So, Blunt, what do you think about this kind of stuff? And folks, how do you feel about it? Drop your comments in. It's just too much going on.
I feel like it's QAnon all over again, just in a different realm. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, doesn't mean. I don't know if that's the actual word for the acronym UAP.
Anonymous. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. Anomalous. I'm sorry, anomalous. Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
They don't know what it is. So that's exactly what it is. They don't know what it is. Doesn't mean it's aliens. It's the gray. Because the funny thing, this is what I find funny about all of that. I had this camera here. I've had this camera here for about 2 years. 2 years I have this camera, and I never used it until last week. This is a 4K camera. Why can't we get anything in 4K resolution from these aliens? Why everything has to be shaky, grainy? So until we could get something like that, no, it's just another QAnon thing for me, man. It's convenient how we go into these locations where there's hardly people or people that people like what you said it was, or what you said it was, Venezuela. What you said?
In Peru.
So Peru, I'm pretty sure they're very highly religious. And sometimes that religion clogs up your judgment. You see a flash and oh my God, it's Jesus Christ, and everybody falls in line with it, right? So no, I don't believe none of that.
But it's funny that you say that, because we live in a world now that Jesus himself could come down and say he's Jesus, and people wouldn't believe it.
People will not
because we're so close to our minds. We've seen so much fake stuff out there that it's like we wouldn't believe it. We would be like, yeah, So with that thought, I'm like, these things could be real, but because our minds are taught to dismiss so much stuff, and then the things that you see in movies and all that stuff, to dismiss that we're right away, we're like, it's fake, it's not real. But what if it is? And the other thing I'm thinking about, how the NASA has sent out signals out there in space or whatever, right? Because they were saying that they actually look like Predator. And I wonder, could these beings, and there was another video where they supposedly said they were like, their technology is like 50,000 times more advanced than us, that if we would see that kind of technology, we wouldn't even understand it. So another video says that it took 60 years um, for our technology to change, like NASA technology, rocket technology, all that within 60 years. It was a huge change. And for us to think that nothing else could change now within the past 60 years, there could be something that we don't know. But then my question that I got off track real quick. What if these aliens, there are aliens that maybe they are similar to us, but because they have that technology to see these signals that we have out there, even TV, maybe movies, where they can actually dress up like that, knowing how we are, many people afraid of these kind of things, these kind of movies, where they could actually create some kind of disguise to make themselves look like Predator or to have that suit that they look gray. I mean, you ever thought about that? I was thinking about that not too long ago. Like, what if that's what they're doing? They're kind of dressing up to look like these creatures that humans are basically afraid of in science fiction, from science fiction films.
Well, I mean, if they want to dress up as something that we're afraid of, there was a movie that actually portrayed something like that, where he came to Earth. The alien came to Earth, and he was giving Earth all these gifts, but he wouldn't show himself. And people were wondering, well, why won't he show himself? Why won't he show himself? And he's like, you guys would not like me if I showed you my true form. Just understand that I am here to help you. That he was portraying himself as a god, as the god. And he's like, "What you would not like my appearance." He kept telling them that you wouldn't like my appearance. So the movie goes on, and after near the end, he decides he's going to reveal himself. After a while, he's going to reveal it. So he comes down, he brings the guy who was supposed to be his messenger to the humans, tells him to come back to visit him. And then he brings him and says, I'm going to reveal myself to the world. And he chooses like a stadium something to land his ship, and he comes out. And you know what he looked like? You want to take a guess?
E.T.
That's politely. That's being nice.
What do you look like?
The devil.
That was his true self.
That was
the
his
devil that we picture.
The devil that we picture as evil. That was his true form. So the world freaked out, which I thought was ironic, right? Because he was telling them, "You're not going to like how I look. That's why I don't reveal myself to you." And so when he does reveal himself, because he sees that his image is being used for evil. So what if Christ came to earth? We're gonna save this for next week. But the question I'm gonna ask you guys is, what if Christ came to earth now? How do you think people would receive him? How would you receive him? Would you believe that it's him if he tells you I'm Christ? Would you believe it? And what would you do? We're gonna save it for your comments for next week. So join us with that next
Okay,
week.
sounds interesting. And yeah, I got one more video to show you, and this is supposedly a letter from one of the aliens.
Whatever, Aaron.
That was sent to the government, some part of the government. And
Okay.
you listen to this and see what you think about this.
If you'll indulge me, I'd like to read 2 pages from advice from the extraterrestrials. Yes, it's true that we have been in contact with your government and heads of power. It is also true that it is also true that agreements have been made and kept secret from your people. It is also true that in the past, some of your people have lost their lives or have been badly hurt to protect the secret. Our hands had no part in this. We contacted your leaders because your planet is in grave trouble. Your leaders said the vast majority of your population wasn't ready for anything like us yet. So we made time agreements with your leaders as to when your people would be made aware of our presence. Your air, your water are contaminated. Your forests, jungles, trees, and plant life are dying. There are several breaks in your food chain. You have an overwhelming amount of nuclear and biological weapons, which include nuclear and biological contamination. Your planet is overpopulated. Warning, it is almost to the point of being too late, unless your people act. There are better ways of deriving energy and food needs without causing your planet any damage. Those in power are aware of this and have the capability of putting these methods into worldwide use. Those in power view it as a military and security threat. That upset me. You mean to tell me that the people in power have the ability to save and better the planet, and they aren't doing it? Amnesty. What do you mean? Complete amnesty to those in power, governments and leaders who have been suppressing the truth, that they can't be held liable for any past wrong deeds. It is the only way these leaders can come forward with the truth. It is necessary that you do this in order to work together and survive.
One, who did he write that letter to? Who did it write that letter to? And I'm guessing they have hands, because he said it's out of our hands. So that's a human trait. Why would an alien say that?
Well, supposedly it's not the look of aliens that we think. They may be like us, but like far more advanced than us.
So are they human?
So they're coming here to help us.
But
Maybe
are they
not
human?
humans, but they basically maybe look kind of like us. Or those are just the words that they, transcribe from whatever language they were speaking, or, what they say in order for us to understand. Like if we say is out of our hands, maybe it's not technically hands for them, it's something else, but it's in a way of speak that we would understand. That's what I got out of it.
I get
If
that.
it's in fact something that they sent or they wrote, and then they say like to take it out of the government, like we cannot blame them, like that's the only way to move forward.
Here's one thing. The way they talking is we're in dire straits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why not just reveal yourselves? Why if you see the government is not doing what they're supposed to do, these supposed to be the leaders, why not just reveal yourself and do what you're supposed to do?
That was also answering another. There's quite a few videos that are out there. That's one of the videos that talked about this, where it's that they want, now they're showing up more little by little, supposedly, because they are like preparing us for when they do show up, so that there won't be too much panic in the globe. Supposedly, if we start seeing some for real, like we see some giant ships come down, there will be panic. We're not going to be like, oh, look, we're getting aliens. We're probably going to think something horrible is happening.
They got their answer already, because when Congress and them was talking about this, which meant that aliens do exist, nothing happened. Nobody panicked, so they got their answer already. Nobody cares.
Right.
Everybody's worried about what's happening right now. They're not worried about aliens. So they got their answer. So show up. And here's the thing. We're talking about a species that's supposedly going to be light years ahead of our technology. Right? They traveled. First of all, space is unbelievably massive. It's so huge that we as human beings cannot, listen to what I'm going to say, we as human beings cannot comprehend how huge space is. That's how huge it is. Now you got beings that travel light years to come to Earth. They're not going to crash land after traveling light years with that kind of technology. They're going to land. Now they're either going to land and be friendly, or they're going to land, they're going to take over the fucking globe, and we can't do nothing about that. So What are your choices?
Yeah, and that's what someone else said in another video, that the technology is so much advanced that our military would not stand against them, would not be able to.
It won't be nothing we could do.
Yeah.
If they come and they want to take over, what we gonna do?
Well, it seems like that's not what they want to do.
I'm gonna be like,
Good,
Team
if that's
Alien.
true, then it's good that they're not. That's not what they want. you know?
Hopefully that's not what they want, but who
But
knows?
then remember the show V? How they all came down, they were all friendly with everybody, and then that's it. Or
And they turn
din.
around. I mean, that's where you get all this crap from. Where our leaders are lizards and all that.
Ah,
That's where they get all this stuff from these old sci-fi
there's
movies.
just so much stuff going on right now.
Right.
Like I said before, Jesus Christ was to come down and say that I'm here, your Lord Jesus, Savior. People are gonna be like, yeah, right.
And I know I'm gonna be one of them.
Yeah.
But
So
I'll say
I
that
try
for
to
next
look at
week.
all this with an open mind, and just hope that if it's true, that it won't be something horrible, that the globe will suffer. Maybe this is
Hopefully
the
it's
way.
a peaceful thing and they coming to help us and not
And to
take over.
fix this issue. Yeah, man. But okay, that's what I mean. Again, folks, give your comments, questions. Maybe if you have questions, then we could talk about them in another show. Because this was interesting. We went over, but this is to me was very interesting. Been wanting to talk about this for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, so we gonna bring it up again next week.
Yeah, we could continue. I mean, because the stories keep coming. The stories keep coming. So
it's a lot to unpack. So next week
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that. Also, we want to hear your
question
answers
that you
to
asked.
if Jesus Christ came down, what would your actions be? How would you handle that? Would you believe him? What would you do? So join us next week and we'll go over that.
And this is what you were talking about before.
Oh yeah,
Surströmming,
the world.
the world's
Surströmming, yeah.
stinkiest fermented fish.
Yep.
Is there something else you had on there? Is this it?
Yeah. There you go.
Holy
$64 a
crap,
can.
$64.
Yep.
I know if enough people wanted me to do it, I'd do it. But I'm not buying. I'm
Guys,
not paying $64 for that can.
listen, I'll buy it. I can't eat the fish, so I can't. But I'll be fair. I'll buy it and I'll open the can for him.
And if Blunt does this, I will eat it. I will
tell you right now.
I can't let a boy over here pay all that for a can and then me back out. No,
I will buy it. I will open the can because I know I'm gonna be throwing up. and just to be fair, because I can't eat it, I'm allergic to fish. I will also get the world's strongest sour candy, and
Why
I'll
didn't
eat
I
that.
say I'm allergic to fish?
I'll get the world's most sour candy, and I'll eat that while he eats.
Oh yeah, we know that you're allergic to fish.
I am.
Narrator saying.
There you go. We got one.
Do it.
We
Do
got.
We're gonna get
one.
some videos of that for the next show, so you guys could see how horrible. If you guys are on TikTok, then you definitely seen a whole bunch of them.
Exactly.
We're gonna grab a couple of them. We'll put them up here next week, just to see, for you guys to know what I'm gonna put myself through. If enough people, how about if we get some subscribers? Some number of subscribers. You're not just gonna go because one person says it.
No, it can't be just one. We need something out of it. So where we at?
We need our subs to move up. We're at 302 right now.
Okay, so let's get to what, 312?
Say 303.
312, like
320. Come on, 320.
320. Let's say we get to 320. 320 subscribers.
Yeah.
Go tell your people to come subscribe to the Two Transit Misfits on YouTube. We need 320 people to get Pete to do the Strowman, whatever the hell you say that shit.
Oh, this girl wants to really punish me. What have I done to you? I follow you on TikTok, man. Come on now. You're killing me.
That's my baby right
killing me, bro. She's killing me, bro. She's killing me, bro. But like I said, I do it. I freaking do it. I'm not allergic to fish.
And I know that's the thing. I know you'll do it too. That's God.
I did that chips. I did that sauce.
Yeah, right.
Fish?
No, don't
It was rough, but hey, I did the whole 5 minutes. All right. You
was
almost throwing up the first time you took a bite.
I was waiting for Daddy to give
and
up
I put
somebody.
sauce on chicken, knowing I was allergic to chicken, and I still did it. All right. So,
Yeah.
oh no, she's a considerate done. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's what we'll have. What we'll do. Hopefully, let's see how you guys are gonna treat us.
Man, I know I'm gonna be throwing up. I see people throwing up, just opening the can. I know I'm gonna be throwing up, just opening the can.
All right.
Yeah. So see you guys next week, man.
Enough of that, man. So anyway,
what if Jesus joins us and some more of the UAP phenomenon next week, y'all?
So anyway, I'm Brooklyn Pete,
and I'm your boy Blunt,
and that's the end of our show.
Why this guy got this still on here?
Come on, that's the end of our show.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Good night, everybody.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.